YouTube, I'm Kirsty, and in case you missed Smackdown Live tonight, I got you. Okay, we started with Kevin Owens coming out to the ring, and he said yesterday was 5 years to the day since he signed his WWE contract. Sunday, when he beat Shane, his wife, kids, and parents were there. Now his eyes are set on the King of the Ring tournament, which is on Monday. Enter Shane McMahon. Says Kevin is being fined $100,000 for hitting Elias, the ref, and because the WWE refs need to be protected. Kevin asked him to reconsider since $100,000 may be nothing to Shane, but for Kevin, it's his kid's college fund, maybe a down payment on a house. But Shane says, nope, and walks away. So Kevin throws down his mic and chases him. They meet up backstage, and Shane says, "You think $100,000 is a lot? Hit me. I sue for everything you have." And Kevin says, $100,000, huh? Let's make it 105. And then he picks up a stool and throws it through a TV. Our first match is Charlotte Flair versus Ember Moon. Charlotte comes out with a big back elbow. Ember does the head scissors thing to Flair. Ember grabs Flair, and Flair punches her wrist and rolls out. Ember tries to dive, but Charlotte elbows her, so Ember drop kicks her back to ringside. She climbs the turnbuckle and does a splash to Charlotte on ringside. Flair slams Ember into the apron and the barricade. Back in the ring, Charlotte stomps Ember's neck, and Charlotte does some holds. Ember does a big kick and a big right hand. Then double knees, but Charlotte kicks out. Ember goes to the turnbuckle, but Charlotte pulls her down by her hair. Ember has a couple big kicks, but Charlotte's kick was bigger. Figure 8, Ember taps out. Then we had, they showed a little clip of Daniel Bryan on WWE.com saying that Rowan isn't the one who hurt Roman. Buddy Murphy just said any name he could think of because he was being pinned. Then they come out to the ringside and say, we had nothing to do with things that have been happening to Roman. Buddy Murphy is a liar. Daniel says every one of us would lie if Roman was pinning us. And the crowd starts chanting, it was you, it was you. Then Daniel loses it. He yells about people spreading lies. And it was actually kind of legit. He said, like, on social media, if people spread lies, it gains fire and somehow turns into the truth. He says he will prove tonight that it was not them who hurt Roman. Then Shane McMahon backstage is asked who Kevin Owens' opponent is. And Samoa Joe comes right next to Shane McMahon, and Shane's like, him. Then an Aleister Black promo asking for someone to knock on his door again. Next we have Buddy Murphy versus Roman Reigns. Buddy slaps Roman, so Roman punches him back. Buddy does a huge knee strike and rolls out. Roman rolls out, sorry. Buddy beats him against the barricades and the announce table. Then Roman straight up picks him up and throws Buddy Murphy through the announce table. Roman goes to leg drop Murphy on the apron, but Buddy moves. Then Buddy comes back with double knees again on apron. Reigns, they're back in the ring right now. Reigns does a big powerbomb to Murphy, but kick out. Then Reigns gives him big boot to face and starts to do the Superman punch, but Murphy somehow reverses it. Then he does the double knees from top of the turnbuckle. There's a name for it, but I couldn't catch what they said, sorry. Reigns kicks out, then gets the Superman punch in, but Murphy kicks out. Then, pardon me. Then Murphy does the brain buster, goes to the top turnbuckle, and Roman punches him off. Buddy goes to ringside. Roman throws him back in, gives a spear, and Reigns spears Murphy for the win. Sorry, I wrote that weird. Is that the end? Yeah, that's the end of page 1. I went through that quickly. Good job, Kirsty. Then the Revival issues a challenge to the New Day and says the 24/7 title is beneath them, so they're going to actually challenge opponents. Because remember last night they won the 24/7 title for a moment. Xavier Woods is upset backstage because he's not in the King of the Ring tournament. And then Kofi says that he attacked Randy Orton at SummerSlam because Randy looked over at his family. Next we have Samoa Joe versus Kevin Owens. And you guys, again, there is another special enforcer ref, and it is Elias. And Kevin Owens already owes $100,000. Elias stops Kevin from jumping on Joe ringside, and so Joe is able to sweep Kevin's legs on the apron out from under him. Joe does a big back elbow, but Kevin hits a drop kick and a senton to Joe, but Joe kicks out. Kevin goes to jump on Joe, but Joe catches him, and one hand like Samoa Joe's a beast. Then Kevin gives him another senton. Joe kicks out again. Then Joe does the coquina clutch, but Owens reverses it. Does a pop-up powerbomb to Joe. Not an easy task. And then Elias pulls out the ref like he did during SummerSlam. So Kevin starts yelling at him. Joe takes the opportunity to roll up Kevin, and Elias goes, 1, 2, 3, you win. So Samoa Joe sort of won. Then backstage in the locker room, Rowan and Daniel Bryan clear out the locker room except for Buddy Murphy like Roman Reigns did last week. Daniel keeps telling Buddy to tell everyone he lied, but all Buddy Murphy does is sit there and smile. So Rowan headbutts him and throws him around the locker room. When they pin him against the wall, he finally yells, I lied. Our main event of the evening, it was going to be New Day versus the Revival, but who should come out but Randy Orton. And he says Kofi ran away from the fight at SummerSlam because Kofi can't beat him. He said Kofi's kids are going to ask their daddy why he ran away, and Kofi will have to say it's because he can't beat Oregon. Oregon. I can't beat the kidneys, man. But Orton decides to make it a 6-man tag match with the New Day and Kofi versus the Revival and Orton. So some highlights. Kofi works Dawson, tag to Xavier. Xavier gets dropped by Dawson and Wilder until the scissor head kick flip thing to Wilder. I swear I know what they're called like half the time, and then the other half I'm just brain fart. Then Wilder stomps him. Xavier gives him the rolling elbow, and Wilder gives him to Orton, who smashes him through the announce table. Woods throws Dawson into the turnbuckle, tags Big E. E takes out everybody. He does a belly-to-belly and splash to Wilder. Tag to Kofi as the Revival double DDT to Big E because they didn't know Kofi was legal. So Orton, who does know Kofi's legal, jumps in, tries to RKO Kofi, but he dodges it. Kofi ends up getting Randy out of the ring, and they fight ringside. Xavier comes in, chops the Revival guys who do like the machine thing to him, covers, and the Revival and Randy Orton win. But after the bell, Dawson and Wilder go to the turnbuckle to hit Big E. Kofi flies over and kicks them. Randy Orton RKO's everybody. He RKO's Kofi and then Xavier, and then has Dawson and Wilder pick up Big E so he can RKO them. And then he picks up Kofi and RKO's them. Everybody got RKO'd. And then our very, very, very final segment, which is very interesting, is Roman. This whole time, he's been asking where Bryan and Rowan are. So he finally finds them. And they say, you owe us an apology. I mean, Samoa Joe got one when you wrongly accused him. We've been wrongly accused. And Roman Reigns is just staring at him, getting madder and madder and madder. And then Daniel Bryan says, wait, before you do anything, just know we conducted our own investigation. And next week, we will bring you the culprit. We know who it is. Kind of excited to see who it is. Okay, you guys, this probably won't happen. But at NXT TakeOver on Saturday, what we didn't see, someone that was there posted it on Twitter. Like Triple H and William Regal came out and hugged Johnny Gargano, and the crowd was saying, "Thank you, Johnny." So I think that means he's moving up. But how crazy would it be if he had a heel turn, and then his big debut is he's the one that's been going after Roman Reigns? Just a theory. Not the best one by any means, but just mine. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If I don't annoy you too much, feel free to subscribe. Thank you so much to all my subscribers. Are you tired of the heart yet? I can only wink with one eye, so there's my closed eye heart. Seriously, I can't do it. I don't know why. It's like this eye only. If you're looking for a podcast, the amazing Oz Banks and I do one called Beyond Serious, the podcast, not safe for work. And as always, you can follow me on Twitter at always_KIRSTIE. And I'm hoping to watch 205 tonight and put up another video. We'll see how that goes. That's my plan. So thank you guys for watching.